Okay, so it's up and running. Alright, let me do all the YouTube things right quick. Okay, there we go. Messages. Got that all done. Okay, alright, cool. Hello, guys, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. I am your host, Raven126 Entertainment, and welcome to The Impossible Build. This is going to be my latest series, and basically what this series is my version of the line that myself and the other Death Kings are building. This one, though, is going to be solo, so yeah, that's the reason I named it the Impossible Build. Also, my build is all the way to max height, which our build on the Death Kings isn't, and my build is a lot wider as well. So that's the reason I call it the Impossible Build. I counted up the blocks to max height, and it's 190 something. So there will be a total of 19 floors, because each floor is going to be 10 blocks high. So yeah, I think a very fitting name, because this definitely is the Impossible Build. So welcome. All right, and I am going to start showing off, my project of love. And also, one thing I want to point out, I am actually going to be keeping track of the steel blocks used in the construction of the line. So yeah, that will be interesting, because right now we are getting close to I think around about 40,000 blocks, which is an unheard of amount of blocks. So yeah. All right, let's get started with the preview. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this thing is obviously all steel blocks and everything, but I painted it. What color is that? I think it's TV black. I think. No, black TV, black TV screen. Okay. But yeah, I like it because it's a nice little reflective, paint and whatnot, and plus, this being the desert, it'll be able to, reflect the, heat and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's going to be the same 3 blocks wide that the line is, which is right here, 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 blocks wide, and then it's going to be a 3 right here as well. But I haven't got this third one, because I just wanted to build that end cap right there, and that way I go all the way up to the sky, and that right there in itself. How many blocks was that? Let's go see. Because I got a little board that, kind of keep track of everything, which I think, be cool, to kind of do like a before and after. But this right here is my little storage area. At first, I was going to keep track of like literally every single item that I use. And that is very, 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 very time consuming. So we nixed that idea, and now we're just going to keep track of the steel blocks that is used solely in the construction of the line right there. So, but okay. Alright, bump, bump, bump. End cap completed. It was completed day 13 at 15:38, which took roughly 10 and a half hours of just straight placing blocks. Uh, each day is an hour long, but I had to find this spot, had to, like build it out, clear it, built this, big sign and whatnot. So it was, a little bit before, I think it was around day 3 that I was able to actually start building. But it took 20,844 steel cubes just to make that like end cap right there. So with that said, dude, let's start previewing the base because I think this is super cool. There used to be a massive sand berm like right here, kind of like back there in that distance, that little hill like right there. There was one of those like right here, and it took forever to clear it out. Because the reason I took forever to clear it out is because our guards on watch, our soldiers on watch, would be just looking straight into a berm. And so, yeah, we cleared that out. But, yeah, here is this right here, what this little area is. I call the MDF, which is the Military Detainment Facility. And I think it's super cool. Got these little signs, notice authorized personnel. And then if you look beyond the chain link fence, it's got signs, danger, landmines, and it's also got concrete jersey barriers right there to prevent, like people ramming through the chain link fence to try to gain access to the MDF. But yeah, I got one on these notice signs like every other, because just symmetrical, and in between, I got the little danger landmine sign. So I think it looks pretty cool. And if I want to point out shortly the attention to detail that has gone into this. And for those, that plays the game and they love building things, but they're new to the game, if you don't even out the ground first before placing your blocks, it will be uneven. And what do I mean by that is, okay, those jersey barriers are 3 blocks wide. So if you just place it on the ground right here, that one and that one might be off-centered. They might be a little bit higher than each other, which, in the grand scheme of things, it isn't, that much of a problem. But, when you've got, an eye for detail, man, it stands out like a sore thumb. So what you have to do is you just place these little blocks like this, because it's going to be a 3 long, and that right there, placing those blocks will level that ground, and then you can place your jersey barrier down, or a concrete barrier down right there, and then do the same thing on the next one. That way it will be nice and flush like it is right there that you see it. So, okay. Alright, so yeah, let's go all the way around here. The good old danger landmines. Okay, and we're going to come to right here, and we're going to Minecraft our way over, and yeah, this is the actual minefield, and this is my little, oh, okay, alright, none of that. This is my little HESCO barriers and sandbags, and these are my little bunkers that I absolutely think looks cool as hell. I think I literally nailed this base. I think it's super, super, super awesome. But yeah, I got this massive minefield right here, and got razor wire or concertina wire along there. And folks might think it's like, well, why do you got, razor wire or concertina wire like right there, but you don't out here? And well, the reason why is, dude, there's signs there, that says, hey, notice, authorized personnel only. If you disobey, and then there's, signs right here that says danger, landmines. If you jump over the fence anyway, obviously you're up to no good. So that's the reason the razor wire is right there instead of right there, because the razor wire is to protect the soldiers from you, but more than likely you'll never make it past the minefield. But yeah, that's the reason we got the razor wire right there. So, but yeah, the minefield goes all the way around. I think it's super, super cool. Okay, there we go. Alright, and let's run around back to the other side. And this is just the outside look of it. And we got searchlights up there, and the literally the whole nine. Looks like on this side right here, I didn't put the soldiers. That's some more stuff that I'll have to do is put the soldiers in between there. Okay. And this right here, I mean, it doesn't look pretty, but it's better than nothing because, the distance between there to there, it was only 2 wide, and you need 3 wide for a barrier. So it just, yeah, I mean, sometimes life isn't perfect, and you just gotta try to, work with what you got. So, yeah, that's what we did right there. That way, there ain't no weakness in the perimeter. And this right here, we haven't got mined up yet, but will be mined eventually. Okay. Oh, come on. Mm. I'm using my crappy controller, so oh well, hell, I'll get that block out there later. But okay, and this area right here is there's a little separation area. This right here is going to be my CDC, the Center Disease for Control and whatnot. This right here, basically, the zombie virus breaks out and shit. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I've been streaming at least 5 minutes, right? I ain't supposed to be cursing. Yeah. Okay, it's been longer than 5 minutes. Okay. Alright, cool. Which I still need to try to watch language. But anyways, so the zombie virus, plague, whatever you want to call it, epidemic, breaks out, and they come here to live in the line, which is, the last safe area. And what happens is they come here to the CDC, and they check them out, make sure they ain't running no fever or anything like that. And then after that, they go to the MDF over there, and the MDF, basically detains them and makes sure. Oh, you little bastard. I got zombies turned off, but we have to deal with the wildlife every so often. And that shotgun doesn't have the range. Oh well, I'll kill him later. But yeah, this right there, is where the people that clear the CDC is going to be housed in there to make sure that they ain't a threat to the people inside. So yeah. Okay, so all right, let's run around there. Okay, and like I said, this is still just a bear because trust me, folks, this stuff takes a lot of time. But the fence is going to run all the way along here, and I'm going to clear some more of this out right here. That way it's flat and whatnot. But yeah, here is the entrance from the CDC to the MDF, and as you can see, use of deadly force has been authorized. That way, people know it's like, hey, dude, we ain't messing around. It's like you better not, Uh, and this guy, he's got his little station here, just to let people know it's like soldiers are on duty and they ain't gonna take no shit, basically. And here is the outer fence of this side. I didn't landmine this side up. I just basically, made a razor wire land. It's like, dude, there ain't nobody that's getting through that. They just aren't. It's like I've dealt with this stuff in like real life. It is absolutely miserable. I mean, even with leather gloves, I mean, it catches on your uniform, it tears it, it cuts into your hands. This stuff was literally made by Satan. I'm not even kidding. I hate it. But yeah, that's the reason I said it's like ain't nobody getting through that right there. But I got a little walk path all the way around here. That way, the soldiers, can come and inspect, make sure ain't nobody trying to break in, and also inspect the fence line right here. And he can alternate from right here to right here. The reason this side doesn't have no backside like this one over here does is because this side is going to have the line like literally all the way up, so there ain't going to be no risk coming from this side. But this side over here, is open to the outside over there, so that's the reason he's got like a little bit of protection right here though. But yeah, pretty cool I think. And these little things right here, for those folks wondering, these are vehicle barriers. Uh, these, three little cylinders, they raise up and then they'll lower into, the housing, which is, these blocks down here. And yeah, that way, basically, cars can't, ram through, the checkpoint. But, yeah, and we got HESCO barriers there. Got soldiers on duty. Got lights, which we haven't ran electrical because that's running electrical will be way, way, way in the future. But we also have, dude, how look at that? How cool is that? We've got freaking gate. Nice. And we got this little pole, that holds up, the concertina wire. That's what I was talking about. There ain't nobody getting through there. All that concertina wire. It's like, dude, ain't nobody getting through that. Okay. And then we got, our show force right here. And we also got, a vehicle, blocking this. I mean, which, is unnecessary because, like I said, this vehicle barrier, will do the, job perfect enough. But it's just an extra show of force. And right here, we got our little guard tower or our sergeant at arms, that's in charge of the security detail. And come in here. Got the emergency broadcast going on. Got a file cabinet. He's got water. He's got like a real little radio to base and whatnot. Got the desk going on. He's got his little computer and whatnot. But yeah, took me a while to figure out what colors I wanted for the guard shack. But yeah, this is just like very basic, because it's not supposed to be anything special. And we just got a comment in the chat. How do you, brother? YouTube didn't notify me, so I'm behind. LOL as playing it from start, bro. Oh yeah, no worries. YouTube, YouTube's YouTube. No big surprise there. So, but we got a little, light in the guard shack, that way he can see. But like I said, electrical, dude, that's way, way, way in the future. And then I got, this little gate that, runs around the guard shack. That way, this little area is secure and goes to the MDF. And we got our guard on duty right there, or our guard slash soldier. And we have gates. That way, if there's anything going on, these, soldiers can quickly run from right over here to, right over here, and then, get in. And these, gates, as you can see, are locked. But yeah, we got our soldiers on duty right here, which I think is cool as hell. And this right here is our surveillance tower. Got cameras all the way around there. That way they can literally see everything. CCTV. Okay. And this is going to be one of our bunkers. We got the camo over it. Got the camo right there. And the metal roofing is kind of rusted, because it's been exposed to the weather for a good deal of time. Got the floor. He's got like a little chair here. That way if he gets, tired of, standing and there ain't really nothing going on, he could kind of sit down for 1 or 2 minutes. And normally there will be 2 soldiers here on guard, so one could sit down and kind of chill and relax while the others, pulling duty, making sure ain't nobody doing nothing crazy. So okay, but there's that. And we also got, lockers here for the tower. We got, a gun safe for the tower, and also a radio as well. And these aren't just empty. Look at what we got going on. We got a selection, of pistols, SMGs, ARs, sniper rifle to boot, obviously a heavy machine gun, and we got a rocket launcher and also some grenades, rocket launchers, if some, marauders come by and they got vehicles, we could sit there, found them with the rocket launchers. So, but yeah, these guys are kitted out. Don't have any ammo in there yet because, like I said, I still got a million things I need to do. But in the locker, we got, uniforms for our soldiers. There we go, and both those. And this first locker if you know anything about the military, soldiers, they got to have energy drinks. Obviously, they got to have water, and then they got, snacks. And that is the first one because that will be used the most. Literally every day they're on shift, so it's the closest to them. And this one right here has, just some tools that they might need. Also has some first aid in there. So I got a flashlight. Also, a nightstick, wrench, chainsaw, impact driver, all that good stuff. So, okay. And like I said, there's their radio. I believe we got another comment. Yo, what up, Raven? Hey, what's up, non-gamer? Got the wood floor here, and like I said, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So, alright, there is that, there's that. And this right here is like a little, ammo storage area, which isn't, a whole lot of ammo, but, where I did that like that on, purpose because, ammo depots, in war are, like a huge target. Sappers and enemy and all that stuff try to blow them up all the time. So this right here is just enough to, like if the guys came under attack, that they could, defend themselves and hold off, until reinforcements arrive. So I believe we got another comment. All good. This and on phone with RSG. Haha. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. RSG stopped in earlier, so yeah, cool. So, but like I said, that's the guard tower, and then we or the bunker, I should say, and then we come in here, and this is basically the firing line where basically it's the same thing as the bunker, except for it's like very, very, very long. Oh, he's watching from the start. Oh, nice, nice. So, but yeah, like I said, basically this is just the bunker there, except for it's like really long. So, but yeah, like I said, we got the spotlights and everything going on. And then, look at these, little supports here. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Just the attention to detail. It's crazy. And then we got, our like little communication area for, this spot right here. These basically will be where the officers sit and, shout out orders, to the men and whatnot. So, let's see what non-gamer said. But he about to go to bed as he not slept over the last 48 hours. Oh, yeah, no worries. So, and like I said, that's our little comms area. And then, like I said, we got our soldiers on duty. Okay, and that is that right there. Then we come out this side right here. And you've already seen all that and all that. So now we got another bunker, and this is this side right here. I've started to get better with 7 days and Call of Duty. Oh, nice! Heck yeah! Yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice. I mean, 7 days. 7 days is real easy to get used to, and then it gets, real boring real quick, which is, the reason we do insane builds because yeah, I mean, building's just, therapeutic anyways, and doing those massive builds is just crazy. So, but yeah, all these towers are basically the same. They got like all the same stuff, like they got the uniforms for the soldiers, and then like I said, they got the energy drinks, the water, and then the snacks, or what soldiers call pogey bait. So there we go. And then we got another little firing line area right here, and another little small ammo depot. And this is the one where I'm gonna have to put the soldiers, out here on duty. There we go. Yeah, I think that's super cool. And this bunker even has a little table in there. That way they can sit back, relax, and grab a bite to eat whenever they're hungry. And I think this is super cool right here. This area right here is going to be secure. That is only accessible to the soldiers. And we had to make a barrier right there. That way it would keep it, secure to the individuals that's coming in to the MDF. So we got our little chain link gate right there. And these are unlocked both sides here. And the reason they're unlocked is because there's going to be a soldier here on duty like literally all the time. But yeah, just dude, look at that, man. It's crazy. I also got like a red beacon up there on that security tower, that CCTV tower, that will eventually be hooked up to electricity and everything. And yeah, dude, man, it'll be cool. Okay. And we also got like another little position right here. And here's our last bunker. We got a total of 4 bunkers. So, but like I said, they're basically all the same though. Got all the same stuff. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And now into the MDF. Ta-da! Look at this thing. Massive, height. Like I said, each floor is going to be, 10 blocks high. Got exit sign right here. I think that is powered when you get electricity, but I am not 100% certain. But I think that'll be super cool if it's powered when you get electricity. But I got like a little, you know, benches right here, for a waiting area. This right here, obviously the soldiers are behind bulletproof glass, and obviously this is, reinforced, but it has like a wood veneer just to make it kind of look snazzy. And this right here is the service window. That way they can service customers and whatnot. And obviously this area is going to be locked because it's authorized personnel only. And this area right here is going to be the armory, which is basically below ground. And that's the reason we got a soldier on duty right here to make sure nobody goes down there and tries to, mess with it. And this right here isn't the traditional concrete color. This is like a different concrete color because man, I searched forever. I was like, man, what would look good? And this right here, man, I love this look in here for the bunker. I think it's really, really nice. With the steps, I think I'm gonna do those metal grain or what is it called? Metal tread. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Come on. There we go. Are you fucking with? Oh, damn it. Okay. There you go. Mess with me now. 7 days. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that looks, just a tad bit better. Yeah, it does. Definitely. And this right here is a powered vault door, and I haven't, did anything behind this. This is just sand behind this right here. Uh, but this is, I would open it to show it to you, but I can't because, like I said, it's powered. But there will be like a switch right here that one of the soldiers will activate to open the vault door. That way they could go into the arms room. But yeah, there's two on duty here to, like I said, make sure there ain't no shenanigans. Because it's all about safety. There we go. Okay. And dude, I love those ceiling panels. There's two different types of ceiling panels. One is like a very lightish color, and this one right here is a little bit darker. And dude, man, I think it just works. I love it. And this right here goes back to the soldiers. And this right here is unlocked. It's their little bathroom. And this is one thing that I mentioned. It was either, I think it was yesterday. No, it was Friday's stream, the Death King stream. Man, I wish the Fun Pimps would have put like a different shade of, like the fancy toilet, like a clean version, because, this is a, military facility. Obviously, it's not going to be trashy, dirty looking like this right here, this, and this urinal here that looks, grody. Uh, and all rusted up and everything. It's like, no, dude, this is going to be maintained. And I don't think it'll be very hard for the phone pimps to do that. But yeah, I just wish that was one thing that they thought of though. But yeah, we got a little plant in here, and I love that little marble right here for the bathroom floor, and got a mirror here, and obviously you shouldn't have to say that, but I mean, there's some people Yeah, it's like just wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, man. It's not that hard. And this right here is, the little, you know, a little swingy door thingy. And like I said, these cats in here are on duty. Got their computers going and whatnot, and they got a little safe down here for, if somebody comes in and makes a payment, because one of the people were out drinking and they got a little rowdy and started fighting or whatever, obviously they're going to have to pay, a fine and then, obviously stay in the drunk tank or whatever. And yeah, and, like I said, we got a little safe right there. I also like the color of this floor right here, which is the same as out there, but I think it's a good color. A really, really good color. Okay. And this right here, I didn't want to do the same as that one over there. So this right here is actually, I think it's called reinforced concrete. And then we got the, concrete, level. And we got the number sign to let people know what floor they're on. And same thing down there. And now we're up to the second level. And the second level, there's going to be two detainment areas. And what this is right here is there's going to be a sky bridge that basically connects the CDC right there to the MDF right here, and it's going to be all in chain link fence and everything. That way, the people coming from over there to here, obviously they can't you know get access to this right here because it's secured, little sky bridge. So, but yeah, this right here is just the basic design of what the cells will, look like. I think there was going to be three cells, I think, if I remember correctly. Three cells, and then there's going to be a second level up here, and then out here there's going to be a guard, a prison guard, or soldier or whatever, on duty to, make sure, these guys in here aren't, getting up to no shenanigans or anything like that. But yeah, that's literally all that's going to be here. I'm going to have like some security cameras up here, also to, and this will eventually have, like a door here and whatnot. But yeah, this right here is just going to be very basic because, like I said, this is going to be a holding center. Literally, they just come in here, they'll check in with the guard on duty right here, give them all their information and everything, and then they'll be put in a cell. And basically, we'll leave them in the cell until we determine that they're not a threat to our citizens inside the city, and yeah, we'll go from there. And then they'll be granted access. Second, here's the third one, and this one right here is uh, contained because, like I said, it's not going to have the sky bridge, just only on the third floor, right there. And then I needed to go up like 10 blocks high and put the roof on here. But yeah, basically that right there will be, and the detainment area here is just basically going to be the same thing as it was down there. Or maybe I might, just put like, it right up against here, like so, like, this is just to help me remember. Okay, yeah. I mean, that might work too. Like right here. And then, like I said, of course, have a second layer on top. That way you get maximum storage. So, yeah, I think that looks cool. Okay. And that's one thing I couldn't show you, but I can now, is we got sandbags on top of our guard bunkers, in case any mortars or anything like that comes in. And dude, this thing doesn't do it any justice. You think like the top of this is like right there, but it's not. It's just not rendering in. That thing goes way up to the heavens. Man, let me show you. Oh, I can't get out there. Okay, what's it called? Oh, shiz drops. There it is right there. Alright, there we go. Okay. There we go. Alright, and we'll take our little gyrocopter just so you guys can see literally how freaking high that thing is. It's wild. I think our gyrocopter's right over here. Yep, there it is. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Dude, look at how freaking high this is. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, that's how high it is though. Whatever you do, buddy, do not run into the landmines. Yeah. Oh no, you don't. No. Oh. Well, thank goodness I didn't have the mines placed there, because that would have been interesting. But yeah. But yeah, that is what I've got so far on the impossible build. So yeah, dude, I am very, very, very excited about making progress on this. And before long, oh, come on. This controller, I swear, I only use it as a last resort. There we go. My other one died like literally right before I started streaming, so it's like, oh, great. But yeah, this is what I got so far. And this right here is practically done, except for some fine tuning. Like I said, obviously I got to put the minefield there, and I got to finish the MDF, building the detainment facility and all that. But what took me the longest though is I kept having to move the stairs back and forth because I I wanted it, even, you know, or level, like everything, level, and like right here, this is 3 stairs high, this is 3 stairs high, 3 stairs high, and obviously this is one high because 3, 6, 9 plus one, 10. This is the height of the the ceiling or the floor or whatever. But that was never working because I would get one that was like 4, one that was 3, 2, and it's like what the hell? So I had to like count my blocks specifically and even out both sides. This is like 3 wide right here and 3 wide right here. And when I did that, now the stairs are completely even. So, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but if you don't, get it, then, your stairs, they won't line up together like they do. And it just, I mean, yeah, it just doesn't look right. So, but yeah, no, we got that sorted out, and as I was saying, let's go ahead and lock everything back up. And if you're wondering why this is damaged, these things they come like reinforced steel, same as that one right there. And to get it to look plain like that, you have to damage it to a specific point and then it will look like that, which looks a lot better in my opinion. So okay, all right, let's close those, and I believe the gates are done. The guard shack's locked up. And yeah, so like I said, this right here is almost complete. Like I said, the only thing I need to do, obviously, finish the MDF right here, put landmines right here, and I was thinking, maybe put like a chain link fence like right here, and have, like a door right here and right here. And the reason do that is have like this area, put like a doghouse here. That way, there's like military working dogs in here. That way anybody tries to break in, they got German shepherds, tearing their backside up. So, but yeah, so that's that. And this right here is going to be the CDC, which is basically just like a bunch of yellow FEMA tents and whatnot. There's going to be a bunch of medical equipment, labs, and stuff like that in here. And once that's built, I'm going to have to determine where I'm going to put the entrance to this because I know it's definitely not going to be on there. It'll be somewhere, probably somewhere here in the middle, maybe. or maybe perhaps like right over here, and then they just come in and yeah. Like I said, I'm not certain how I'm gonna do that yet. I'm gonna have to work that out though. But once this is complete, I'm gonna, like I said, knock this berm out right here, just because it's in the way, and I'm gonna put kind of like a little parking lot here, because the story is when the zombie apocalypse hit or whatever, you know they had this going on, or afterwards, should say, and everybody drove their cars here and basically just parked them here, and they won't ever need them once they're inside the line, the secure city. So yeah, there's going to be a parking lot here with like nothing but a bunch of vehicles and whatnot, and I'm gonna have a massive military base like right over here in the distance. Like this area right here. And all this area here. All this stuff right here is going to be a massive military base. And when I talk about a massive military base, I'm talking about we're going to have, a landing pad here. We're going to have a firing range here. Uh, a cook area, literally showers, literally everything, the military base has and needs. We're going to have all right here in this massive, massive area. And basically, like I said, that right there isn't a base. It's just a detainment facility for the people that was, you know, going to get access to the secure city. And this right here is the military force to basically protect this whole project. Uh, but yeah, this is going to take a lot. And then once I get this done, there's only a few projects that I got on my list before I actually start building, the city, aka the line or the impossible build. And one is the MDF, and but that's just about complete though. I would say the MDF is sitting at probably around maybe 85% complete. Because, well, like I said, we gotta make that third floor and then put the roof on it, and we might put a landing pad for a helicopter up there, and then we gotta make the sky bridge that connects the MDF to the CDC over there, and we gotta mine that last little area there. And then I would say, this is complete. And obviously, we're going to have to, paint that right there because that still doesn't look good. And I like the look of that brick instead. But once that's done, then, like I said, that'll be complete. We'll complete our CDC right here, which we haven't even started on. We just got the fence around it. And for those that's wondering dimensions, this right here is a 40 by 40. It's 40 blocks wide by 40 blocks long. So that is a pretty massive area right there to build inside. So yeah, that's the diameter of this right here is 40 by 40. And once the CDC is done, like I said, dude, this controller, man, oh my god. Raven, just toss this piece of shit away, man. Ugh. But like I said, then we'll start on the army base right here. That extends, out into there. And this one right here will take a really, really, really long time because I'm wanting to use the features of the land and not just like bulldoze everything and like break everything out. I'm wanting to use the actual features of the land, like the slope right here and whatnot. Inside the plan for the military base. Obviously, all this stuff right here, like the grass and everything and the cactus. Obviously, all that's going to go. But I want to keep the features of the land instead of just clear cutting like I have like over there with that. And yeah, like I said, once this is complete, I'm also going to do a port or harbor or pier, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're all basically the same thing. Let me drink. That way, maybe the guy runs a little bit quicker because he is in super slow-mo right now. Okay, there we go. But if you guys have seen the line, that I do with the other Death Kings, basically that harbor and pier that I've been working on, that series, I'm basically going to do the same thing right down here on this little island. I'm gonna have a little harbor or a pier right here, and obviously we're gonna have a bridge that runs over there. But yeah, this is going to be where the cargo ships come in right over here, and I'm gonna have to dredge this out, like clear all this out. That way, massive cargo ships can come in here. But yeah, like literally clear all this out. I think the height or the depth, yeah, the depth. That's the correct word that I want. Will be like literally like right here. That will be the depth that I want. But like let's see, like that, like this layer right here, that will be all broke out. That way it's flush, nice and even with that. I'm also going to take some of that side wall or retainer wall right there or bank out and make it flush as well. That way it's nice and wide. That way cargo ships can come into the fort right here and drop off, goods, to the line or the impossible build as I'm calling it. And then once this is complete right here, then we start with the impossible build, the line right there. So that is a total of 4 projects. The military detention facility, the MDF, which like I said, that's about 85% complete. Then we got the CDC, which, honestly hasn't even been started. We just put the fence around, to mark off, the area. So that's like 0% complete. And then we got the military base, the army base over there. That one right there, I might do last. I might do the pier before I do the army base because that army base, it's not going to be no plain Jane, looking, POI. This is going to be massive, massive space. It's going to encompass a lot of land, and I want it to look really good. So that right there will take a lot. So more than likely, I'll do the army base last, and then after that, then I'll start, with the line right here. Uh, we we've got the end cap complete though. As I said at the beginning of the stream, the end cap right here is complete, and it's 3 blocks wide, and I think the length of it is like 30 blocks wide, and then three right here and three over there for protection, from zombies or whatever. So this will be a total of 36 blocks wide, and like I said, the ah the height of it, I believe, was like around 190 something, which is going to give us a total of 19 floors, which is just going to be incredibly massive. And on the bottom floor, what we're going to have is like the skeleton structure of a human being. We're going to have like the water filtration area down here. We're going to have electrical plants, sewer system, pipes, and everything just running the whole length of this. And then above that, we're going to have the transportation uh, system, which is going to be, a high-speed train, two of them, which is basically the same thing we did on the line. And then, above that is going to be all the floors for the residents and all that stuff. So, alrighty, guys, that is what I've got so far. I believe my plan is I am going to start live streaming the work that I do on the Impossible project here. So, if you like watching building and you're not one that needs to see a bunch of action, you guys will definitely want to tune in because, like I said, and of course, there's going to be a lot of monotonous stuff. Just like this right here. There is no way in hell I was going to do this on camera because, dude, this took like 10.5 hours just placing all these damn blocks way up there. So that's the reason I nicknamed it Impossible Build. Because, tell you the truth, I don't think this project will ever be complete just because there's one person doing it, and just the sheer size of it, it's literally impossible. Because right now we're at day 51, which is basically 51 hours, and out of 51 hours, this is what I've got accomplished. But I will say construction is going a lot quicker than it was at the beginning. Because at the beginning, I was using steel blocks like right here. And I quickly stopped doing that after I started making mistakes. Because it takes a long time to auger them out to correct your mistakes. So now I just use wood blocks and upgrade it all the way, because the wood block, you can pick it up and replace it if you don't like the design. So guys, that is my pointer. If you guys are going to do any insane crazy builds, is use wood blocks to map it out, to get the idea, the visual idea in your head, and say, hey, yeah, okay, I like that design right there, because these are a lot easier to break out than this steel crap right here, because that takes a lot of time. Trust me on that. So, all right, guys, that is going to be the end of the stream right here. If you guys are interested in seeing this project come along, I am not certain the schedule that I'm going to set for this project. I'm thinking maybe on Wednesdays I will allot maybe like 5 to 6 hours streaming to complete this. But I will be doing a lot of work on my own time, that won't be streamed, to get this project rolling along. But I think the set date that I'm going to commit to is Wednesdays. Now, a time frame, I honestly don't know. Maybe somewhere between, okay, I said 6 hours. Okay, maybe around 5 p.m. because that means I'll be streaming 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Wednesdays for a total of 6 hours stream. Okay, all right. I'm gonna make a note of that. That way I don't forget, guys. If you're interested about this project, which hopefully you are, because this took a lot of freaking work, and I love, the building aspect of 7 Days to Die. If you guys are interested in seeing the project, please join me back on Wednesday. It's going to be every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I will commit to streaming for 6 hours. So Wednesdays, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., I'm going to be streaming the Impossible Build, and I hope to see you guys. With that said, I am your host, Raven126 Entertainment, saying until next time, guys, take her easy, have a great day.